My wife invited her lover home only to be stuck together with glue Reddit cheating stories. I'll never forget the moment when I realized my marriage wasn't what I thought it was. It wasn't during a fight, or after some distant silence. It was during what should have been an ordinary day, one of those days when routine blinds you to the truth. My wife, Anna, had invited her friend over to the house. Only, this wasn't just a friend. It was her secret lover. And what happened that night turned into a scene so surreal, so ironic, that people would laugh if it weren't for the raw betrayal buried underneath it. You see, marriage isn't just about love. It's about trust, sacrifice, and believing that the person you've given your heart to will guard it with their life. For years, I thought Anna and I had that. We had been together since college, building a life brick by brick, first apartment, first car, then the house we proudly called ours. I worked long hours as a contractor, while she pursued her career in design. I thought we balanced each other perfectly. But lately, the balance had started tipping. She grew distant, excuses about late nights, about projects that didn't make sense. I noticed the way she clutched her phone tighter, how her laughter seemed more reserved for texts than for me. My gut told me something was off, but my heart, it didn't want to believe. Until one night, I came home early, tired from a cancelled job, and found 2 wine glasses sitting on the counter. Anna wasn't expecting me, and the way her eyes widened when I stepped in told me everything I needed to know. There was a man in the house. She scrambled for an excuse, said he was just a friend from work. But his shoes by the door and the smell of cologne that wasn't mine told a different story. I didn't explode that night. Instead, I played dumb. I kissed her on the forehead, pretended not to notice the panic behind her eyes. Because something inside me snapped, not with rage, but with resolve. If she was going to play games in my house, then I was going to set the board myself. That's when I came up with the idea. I was working on a renovation project the following week, one that involved industrial strength adhesive, glue so powerful it could bind wood and metal like concrete. The thought hit me like lightning. What if I used her betrayal against her? Not violently. Not dangerously. But in a way that would leave her exposed, humiliated, unable to lie her way out. So I prepared. I knew she would invite him over again. People like Anna always believe they're smarter than the truth. That Friday, I pretended to be working late, kissed her goodbye in the morning, and left. But instead of going to work, I stayed close, waiting, watching. Sure enough, that evening, the lover's car pulled into our driveway like he owned the place. They thought they had all the privacy in the world. They poured wine, lit candles, and made their way toward the living room. But what Anna didn't know was that I had carefully prepared the couch cushions earlier in the week. A thin, invisible layer of that industrial glue coated the fabric, waiting for the right moment. I didn't burst in right away. I let them settle in, comfortable in their lies, until I opened the door slowly, silently. And there they were, half drunk, tangled up, trying to make themselves comfortable on the couch. Except this time, comfort wasn't on their side. The moment they tried to move, panic spread across their faces. The glue had done its job. They were stuck. Anna's voice trembled as she realized what had happened. "What did you do?" she screamed, struggling against the cushions. The lover cursed, pulling, but every movement only made it worse. Their skin and clothes clung stubbornly to the couch. And me. I stood there, calm, holding my phone. "Funny thing about glue," I said quietly. "It holds things together. Unlike you." The room filled with chaos, their shouting, their desperate wriggling, the stench of betrayal that no candle could mask. I didn't yell. I didn't hit anyone. I just filmed. I wanted proof. Proof that no one could twist into another lie. Proof for the divorce papers I already knew I would file. Anna broke down, tears streaming, begging me not to do this. She promised it was a mistake, that she still loved me. But her words were hollow. Love doesn't invite another man into your home, into the space you swore was sacred. The lover grew quiet, embarrassed, his bravado shattered. He knew his role in her world was disposable, just like mine had become. I let them sit there for a while, trapped in their own mess, until finally I called for help. Watching the paramedics try to free them was almost comical. It took hours, and the humiliation on their faces was a punishment far greater than anything I could have shouted. In the weeks that followed, I filed for divorce. The video I recorded never had to be shown publicly, It was enough leverage for a clean, undeniable case. Anna tried to reach out, to explain, to apologize. But I was done. My trust had been shattered, and no glue in the world could hold it back together. It wasn't easy. Nights were long, and the loneliness cut deep. But slowly, I realized something. Her betrayal wasn't the end of me. It was the beginning of a better life. A life where my heart was valued, where my loyalty wasn't taken for granted. Looking back, I don't regret what I did. Not the glue, not the proof, not the way I walked away. Because in that bizarre, ironic moment, I reclaimed my dignity. And the lesson I carry with me now. Betrayal can bind you in pain, but truth will always set you free.